Hello everyone, this is Well and this is No Man's Sky. And as you recognize, this is not the planet I was on Sunday. However, I did a little bit of calculations and I had a journey of 17, 18 hours on foot, finding a ship that I might not be able to repair because I didn't have the tools I would need. So I decided to fold on that one and start all over, make sure I had the proper settings and everything is as it should be. It's Permadeath and we have, it's not even sitting here when we have started, but tutorial is off, so I have the tools that I am expected to have, and that is all great at this point. So I have a chance at least to, well, what you will call a fighting chance. So this is starting at 0 at this point, and yeah, that is what I am going to go out from. Luckily I had a cave next to where I spawned, so I could just stand here because it actually generated rather quick, more quick than I'm used to with No Man's Sky. So happy days for that. I'm going to take a little bit off the hazardous flora here and just get some sodium and oxygen. This is a radiated planet, so that doesn't really make any difference. I will still be kind of in a situation where I need to be careful. Oh, there's a lot of animals here. Oh, it's the same species. Okay. They did not look the same, but yeah. So the ship I am not allowed to use, which is fair enough. And I unfortunately have to leave and try to get some ferrite dust or carbon or something. Oh, that is an unknown plant, so there I can get some carbon at least. Okay, there is not the cave protection here. That is that's not good, but I'll have to keep an eye on it. At least. At least there's carbon here. That was another problem on the other planet. There was very far between carbon, so even if I would have walked around, I would not have had the proper things on me. So yeah, at least we're starting a little bit better here. So I saw something else. Oh, what's that? Oh, that's go up where we had some protection at least. Yeah. So it's the same problem I have. I have to find a ship or buy a ship. And that is fine. I have nothing against doing that, but not having the tool so I actually could repair it, that is going to be very tough. The only way I could have seen I could have solved it would have been pretty much cheating a little bit and gone back to the ship I was not allowed to use, and I didn't really want to do that. We don't make challenges to cheat, that's actually for sure. Well, I don't at least. So I would rather fold on it and say the first attempt was a failure. Fair enough. Weird animals. So I need some ferrite dust, and that is of course going to be what we will need to go and look for. But I'll check these. That's at least a little bit of money. There is a lot of hazardous flora around here. And that's actually not bad, but that is a potential risk if I don't pay attention.
Radiation protection stabilizing.
No Man's Sky, I saw it and I was actually going to tell you, but you just beat me to it. I actually noticed it earlier, I was on Steam, so yeah. So you can join us now. Oh yeah, now I know how it is. Oh Jesus. I don't have time for them right now. Ah, great. Then you can join the spacefaring species. And remember, whenever you have any questions, I'm here to answer if that is. Yeah, that's true. But you will find out No Man's Sky is without limitations. If you want to walk across a planet, you can. So... Oh, that was even better on. Oh, to be honest, if you build a base in a system, you will come back in that system. However, for most it become an urge to actually move kind of towards. The thing is, you start in a galaxy called Euclid. That's where I am right now as well. But there's 255 galaxies, so there's a lot to explore when you get out and about. So the question is it enough for you to be around where you started? Some people do, but many of us start seeking away from the overcrowded space and try to find more empty areas where we are the one actually discovering things. Because if you see here, I'm starting on this planet and I discovered it. I think somehow the start planet is generated for the player itself, but I might be wrong with that. But if I go out to space, this system might have been discovered by someone else. You can, yeah, if you so choose. There is some storyline, but it's mostly to pick up the lore. Everything else is kind of your own choices and doing, and you actually have to find out yourself what you want to do. And that's a freedom which can be a little bit tricky sometimes, but have a purpose when you log on. You might not follow it. You might go somewhere completely different, but have a purpose. Okay, today I will work on my base, or I will make some money, or I will find some ships, or I will build my Corvette. It might not always follow that, because suddenly you see something and it goes shiny or something like that. So this one is going to be my friend today as well. And what was I going to actually... Oh yeah, I got these. They are not so overly useful. But everything you discover, you can actually rename. So that is where you go from it. And as said, there is a little bit of sport. To go to the next galaxy, you have to go to the center of the one you're in and make the jump. And that can be very costly, I can tell you. because what happens when you jump through is you damage a lot of things.
Technology recharge. Technology recharge.
Well, I have restarted because I made some calculations and I feared that I would spend 20 hours plus getting to maybe getting to a ship and then not being able to actually repair it because I didn't have the tool I would need. So, and I couldn't see a way I could get that.
Radiation protection falling.
So I decided restarting and doing the same again. So I'm still planet bound until I find the ship.
Students received.
That has not changed. Yes, it is. I just spawned on this planet and
Radiation protection falling.
that is going to be my destiny for quite a while,
Technology recharge.
I fear. No, I don't fear it, but until I find a ship, because I'm not allowed to use the starter ship, but you would start, just as I just did, on a planet with some sort of hazard on, and it teaches you how to survive. Yeah, that was the problem on the frozen planet as well. But you will see, I can see I have a ship there, and that's my ship, but I'm not allowed to use that, so that I will be avoiding. But I can see there's a building over there. I will go towards that. Someone is just landing on a ship, right? And the funny thing is, where is he? I could actually buy this ship, but I don't have money for it. There he is. So if I had money, 3.3 million, I could actually trade in my other ship, but that I would not be allowed to do. That would be wrong. But if I had the money, I could have bought from him directly.
Radiation protection falling.
You could,
Students received.
except that you can't, because you need something to be able to do it, and I haven't researched that blueprint, but you have to give them creature pellets. Why did that building go there? And as I can't make them, then but otherwise, if I had them, I would be able to. There's even some flying creatures you can tame, so you can fly around. That is a little bit more. See, you say offer food, feed with creature pellets. Yeah,
Radiation protection falling.
that's very fine if I had some.
Technology recharge. Radiation protection falling.
But as soon as you have creature pellets, then you can. That is not something I can and will engage in. Jesus, not much here I can use. So oh yeah.
Radiation protection. Falling units received. Units received.
So well, I'm here for quite a bit, so probably on foot. This was what I didn't have the other day.
Radiation protection. Falling. Radiation protection. Falling. Technology recharge. Radiation protection. Falling.
Yeah, so So I know I marked the beacon, but I think just see if I can go in and get some shelter. I still don't know. Oh, there we go. No? Is this not a cave? It doesn't behave like one. Ow.
Technology recharge.
Well, this actually doesn't look well.
Radiation protection. Falling.
Yeah. I kind of thought this would be safe, but it doesn't look like it is.
Technology recharge. Well, I would say when you start the game, you normally would move towards your ship, and the ship is broken, and you have to repair it, and it teaches you a little bit about repairs and stuff like that. And that is all well and fine, but that's not part of my challenge. So
So I have to do something else. I have to find another ship. But don't start doing silly challenges when you start playing. That's not the right time. Get the basics first, and then you can start playing around with difficulty and other things. That's towards north. I was not going to go north, so I have a preference going south, and with the other one I actually didn't do that, and I think that cursed me a little bit. Oh no, it's
radiation protection falling.
you are very exposed when you are out in the open. I will say that.
Radiation protection falling.
I do not like the speed that it actually drains me with. So is this another cave that is not a cave?
Radiation protection stabilizing.
At least here it's growing back to this is a relatively normal cave. Oh. Good, I got a little bit fuel, so that's not bad. Bit more to keep me alive. So now we're here. Let's see what we can actually see around. There's the ship, which I'm not allowed to go to. Actually closer. So it for some reason wanted me to go west more than south. Ah, come on. That's not even funny. Sodium is good as alternative if everything else fails, so no, I don't want to go that way. Oh, Jesus. Thing is, I hear ships, but oh, they're going that way. That could be a trading post in that direction when they come in trees, but
Radiation protection falling.
so yeah, some planets, among others this one, has a danger There is certainly some localized, very big radiation burst coming, and you can actually see them on your scanner if they are there. They appear as yellow. There's a lot of buildings around here, so well, with a little bit of luck, it would be something we can actually use. And I need to not let that get that far down. See, there is that localized, and it looks like that. And don't run into that if you can avoid it. It is going to drain your shielding extremely. Ow! That's not a good thing to do either. Especially not playing on higher difficulty setting, because it is one of the things that is really enhanced at ground impact, so your damage is higher than normal. Tell me I'm not pursuing that. Jesus. I am bloody stupid here. Yeah, I'm trying to find a way across these holes.
Radiation protection falling.
Oh man, running the wrong way is not the smartest I could have done, but yeah. So there's a lot of holes in the ground here. is where I want to put it on.
Technology recharge. Radiation protection falling.
Oh. Well, I am here. I'm not going anywhere for a while. So, if there's anything, feel free to ask. I'll be happy to guide you if there is something.
Radiation protection falling.
So yeah, my first aim is to find some sort of ship. Okay, I found another building than I was looking for, but never mind. There is no complaints whatsoever. When you come across something, you just say thank you and
Radiation protection falling.
go with it. So this is an
Radiation protection stabilizing.
abandoned building, but that is actually okay. There's always things in them. Whether it's something useful, that we have to consider. Well, the latest update is actually pulling out some better graphics, so I can only recommend to do it. I must admit I do it by default, but that's not only because of No Man's Sky, but other games as well. It seems to kind of be better. So a little bit of nanites is a good thing, but before I run off, I will actually quickly refine whatever I need to refine while I'm in a fully safe place.
Technology recharge.
Yeah, the thing is, it would kind of annoy me if that was the cause of my graphic was not as good as they could be. So yeah. It's it's always that part. I want things to be as good as I can. If it's not, I would always no. I would generally hate if it caused something not to show up as good as it could be. Well, have fun. Good luck and have fun. Uh, I know this is delaying a little bit, but I rather want to make sure I have things. Yeah, that's then you can't complain. When you de-stress a little bit, remember to look at the surroundings. It's there is so many amazing views you can have. And I will say, there is different ways of doing things. So don't despair. There is always possibilities to actually get things kind of done the nice way. There's not only one way of doing things, there is multiple, and that is another thing I love about the game, is that you don't get stuck with you have to do Control A or whatever it is for doing this. No, you can kind of find your ways around. There's two settings which you want to change immediately. Well, at least one. Because when the game started up, and I just realized, if you go in on the network, it allow PvP. Set that to no one, because you don't want someone by accident killing you or anything. And another thing is, whether you want to have multiplayer on or off, it's not important. No one would kind of play with you without inviting you to a group, and you can always say no to that. So, and it is actually funny when you get to the anomaly that you can see everyone's ships and stuff like that. So you might want to have it on. It's not going to do you any harm, I hope.
Technology recharge.
And remember, when you start the new game, I always tell you that caves are our friends. So if everything else fails, find a cave. So some stats for you. You can have 12 ships. You can have 1 freighter. You can have multiple corvettes, but they count as ships. I believe you can have 6 multi-tools. That's the one where you will have your weapons and stuff like that later on. You start without much. I can build a boltcaster, which is a projectile weapon, but I'm not going to do that right now. No, you need something to feed them with first, to be honest. So why is this always happening when I'm doing something? Well, so far, so good.
Technology recharge.
Well, I will bet you will find a lot of interesting creatures around.